I mean, Ben Askren, he seems like a guy you'd meet in your local supermarket. He seems like a guy who's very friendly. And I remember him saying he doesn't think he's already being mocked about the 3 second, or sorry, I think it was 6 or 7 second flying knee he got knocked out by Masvidal, and that being mocked by something else won't really change him because he's just focusing on coaching his wrestling. And so you're saying there, but you thought Jake will win. But did you think he was going to win in the first round by TKO?
Well, I mean, I didn't think it would be that fast, but at the same time, I mean, Ben Askren is not a boxer, and you're not going to, like I said, in 12 weeks, you're not going to learn how to box. And the one thing is this: people think that just because you can take those kind of punches in the UFC, you're going to be able to do it in boxing, but it's totally different. The sports are different. Even though you have those small gloves, most guys in the UFC don't even know how to throw punches like boxers. So, and that's the difference, is that he got hit by a guy that's been been boxing for about 3 years now, and basically and is a big guy that and can punch pretty good. So, and I mean, he's not, of course, he's not technically, he's not the greatest fighter or anything like that, but he has a huge following, and I mean, and people are going to tune in to see him. And as of right now, I mean, he still hasn't fought, a legitimate fighter, but don't get me wrong, there's fighters out there that he could easily beat, I mean, that I'm talking about guys that had upside down records and things like that, but but they don't have a name. So if they don't have a name, it means nothing. So that's why he's searching for guys. Now he's searching for guys that basically have a name, have a follow, not necessarily a following, but still have a name in their sport. And then he challenges them, but if he keeps challenging guys that hasn't had no boxing skills or done nothing or have a name in boxing, I mean, to me, he's really doing nothing. He's doing nothing, but it's impressive, but it still is nothing to me, until he actually does fight a fighter that's at least halfway decent, a fighter that has like maybe a 8-2 record or something like that. I mean, he still hasn't, to me, he hasn't made his mark in boxing. But I mean, until he actually does challenge someone that's really a boxer. I mean, he fought Gibb, which was probably 30 pounds lighter than him. Then he fought Nate Robinson, who was also probably about 20 pounds lighter than him. And then he fought Ben Askren, that was totally a guy that was a world-class wrestler and not a boxer, and gave him 12 weeks to get ready for boxing. And that's the end result of it.
So these are very good points there. To be fair on Jake's half, though, most prospects in boxing, when they're coming up, their first 5 fights against people, as you would say, with upside down records. So Jake's kind of doing the same thing there. But like you said, until he fights someone with like an 8-2 record or a bit of someone, because all the people he's fought, they've all been on their debut. Until he fights someone with a decent record, then he'll probably...
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying, he has to fight someone who's actually a boxer. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm just saying that in a sense, if he really want to be respected as a boxer, because you can't. I mean, because who's going to fight? Who's going to fight next? Or a person that ride horses, or somebody that figure skates? What are he going to do? He picking every sport except boxing.